Hello, in another video of the anatomy series. Today we are going to talk about the forearms. Can you see these? So the forearms is a muscle group. It's a group of muscles, right, which go down from your wrist to your elbow. And their main function is basically to flex the wrist, to extend the wrist, and all other conjugating functions. Like the fingers are included, the finger flexing, one finger flexing, two finger flexing, and all of these target are activated by different muscles. So, like if I do this, you can see a little bit movement. Can I? I can see a little bit movement. If you do this, you do all, you can see a little bit movement. Similarly, this can give you a little bit movement. So a lot of combinations and permutations can be made in that singular area. But any muscle, as I said, any muscle has main two functions. There is flexion and there is extension. Okay. And then there are like a combination of different. So there is finger flexion, there's wrist flexion, there's lateral flexion, there is longitudinal flexion, and simultaneously also, consequently also, extension. Okay. So now that we have gotten away with what the functions of these muscles are, let's discuss how to, you know, work them, train them. Now, how do you do that? So there are a lot of strategies that people undertake, and I think like there are a lot of, like as I said, right, there can be wrist movements to do, there can be finger movements can be done, there can be grip work other than all this that can be done. And a lot of advanced people, a lot of intermediate people, people who have already gotten a certain amount of physique, they will do these things to improve their forearm size and to like really focus and really get those big meaty forearms, right? But to start, we don't have to do anything like that. To start, we can simply just be like wrist. We can like work the wrist. So like we can do wrist curl for the flexion movement. And for the extension movement, we can do a wrist extension. These are very original leaps. Now, why I say only these two? These two cover a very wide array of the muscles involved in the forearm. So when I do a wrist flexion, it trains this area of muscle, which is also targeted if you only do fingers and all. And similarly, if you do a wrist extension, it also targets these area of muscles. So a large portion of your muscles is targeted, is worked. So you can do these two. People also do grip work, and I'll come to that. So for grip work, you can either do like a gripper exercise, which is like there is like a commercial gripper that comes, which basically you are like you hold it and like that is like two levers and there is a spring over here. You hold that and you pull the lever close to each other, okay, and then you leave it like slowly. So what that does is basically the same. It's flexion, the same, but it's like it's slightly different way of training the flexion. Um, because it like you instead of training the wrist only, you're also training the fingers over here. So I guess that puts a little bit different type of stimulus. You can try that. Other type of grip work is the farmer's walk, and I would say go for the farmer's walk. That's a amazing exercise. It's like you're holding like two heavy have weights and you're like holding it beside your body and you're walking with that. It's like trains your traps and shoulders and your forearms all together. It's a power trip. Go for it. Consequently, a simpler form of that is basically just holding a really heavy weight, just standing in one place. You can also do that. If you want. Another popular grip work exercise that is present currently in this course is something called a rice bag molester. It is not a real name. Please don't come at me. So what you do basically in that is you take a rice bag, which you can get at any local church, and you put your hand in it, put your hand in the rice, and you try to close your fist. Because of the density of the rice and the packing of the rice, you cannot do it easily. There is a lot of muscular force that you have to apply to close the fish and to again open the fish. So that gives a lot of firm bra to your forearms. So that's been about forearms today. Now remember, masturbating is not enough of a stimulus for your forearms to grow. But of course, for some people, it is. If you're not one of those people, you can try these exercises that I've talked about in this video. Alright, that's been today's video. Bye and bye. We'll meet then in the next video.